Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcasts, please hit that 5-star rating and review. Folks, Gary Gensler is feeling the pressure. Not only is he losing in the courts and getting sanctioned and much more, and Democrats turning on him, but Congress is looking to cut his budget. Remember, we've been talking about this for a while. I've had interviews with Congressman Tom Emmer and a bunch of folks who are part of the House Financial Services GOP. And one of the things that I remember Congressman Bill Huizenga had said is that they control the purse strings. And if Gary Gensler does not act accordingly, they will cut his budget. Well, there's a proposal to do this. Let me give you the details here from Eleanor Terra of Fox Business. She says, look what has found its way into the House Appropriations GOP budget bill that is set to be marked up at a hearing tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. One of the provisions or policy riders of the bill prohibits the SEC from using appropriated funds to implement SOB 121, as well as its controversial climate disclosure rule. It also provides the SEC with just $2 billion in overall funding in fiscal year 2025, compared to the $2.59 billion requested by Gary Gensler earlier this year. It also cuts back funding of the SEC's aggressive enforcement division by $168 million. That's great news, folks, because we've seen the SEC run amok and breaking the law and much more. We're actually going to talk about some Debtbox news after this. She says, I'm told the bill will likely pass on party lines tomorrow and then will have to be negotiated with any appropriation bill the Senate passes. But positive news for the SAB 121 policy writer is that many Senate Democrats also voted to overturn SAB 121, including Senator Chuck Schumer. So it's likely that the provision will be kept in when the final bill finally gets voted on. So great news. They're going to cut the SEC's budget and specifically pull back on the enforcement division's budget so that they can't do all the madness they've been doing against crypto. Obviously, they need to fund operations because there are bad actors out there they need to go after. But this is a great way to put Gary Gensler in check, and they're going to go after SOB 121 with these budget updates. Now, with this in mind, here's the news that broke today. The SEC's Salt Lake City office, notorious in the crypto world for its failed fraud lawsuit against Debtbox, will shut down after seeing significant attrition among its staff, some of whom were pushed out over the case. So a lot of people jumping ship here, right? They don't want to be associated with this. Why would you want to do it? It's career suicide. Gary Gensler is probably the only one that's safe, among the SEC because he's probably been promised the Treasury job. We've heard reports about this. So he's kissing ass as much as possible. He's doing everything that Elizabeth Warren tells him because she's the one pulling the strings. And he doesn't care. He's breaking the law. He's getting sanctioned. He's getting called arbitrary and capricious, lying to the courts and much more. But he doesn't care because at the end of the day, Elizabeth Warren has probably promised him the Treasury job. Now, folks, tomorrow, I'll be interviewing the founder of Debtbox. So I'm going to get you the details as to what the hell happened here and behind the scenes and the outcome and much more and what it was like dealing with the SEC. We're going to bring all these things to light to hold scumbag regulator Gary Gensler accountable. Now, in addition to that hearing I told you guys about with the House Appropriations GOP, there's also the Financial Services Committee subcommittee on digital assets, how tokenization of real world assets will facilitate efficient markets. They're going to talk about tokenization. Folks, crypto is so big they can't ignore it anymore. They're having congressional hearings about it, multiple ones. There's crypto regulations bills that are making it through the House and entering the Senate. Presidential candidates like Donald Trump is coming out, supporting crypto, saying I'm the pro-crypto candidate. And it doesn't matter if you hate Donald Trump or love him. That's not the point. The point is crypto has hit its tipping point going mainstream. I've been saying it's become ubiquitous. It is appearing everywhere. Wall Street, TradFi, politics, pop culture, society. There are movies and TV shows now that include crypto as a topic and fits within the storyline and much more. I'm sure you guys have seen it, right? We've been covering like The Simpsons, talking about crypto in multiple episodes. There's TV shows and movies and so forth. So pretty incredible what's happening. And these are signs of a maturing, growing asset class. And I'm glad I'm here early. So I'm taking my positions because I'm here to make money, folks. And I'm looking to make the biggest return as possible to give myself financial freedom. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm here for the money, but I'm staying for the technology as well, right? Come for the money, stay for the technology. So I am passionate about the technology. It is the future. It's the next layer on top of the internet, and it's going to change the way we transact and trust each other and so forth. The economy is going to be run on blockchain because everything will be tokenized on it. We're seeing governments are building CBDCs and stable coins and real world assets like cars, real estate, artwork, and whatever else will all be on the blockchain. So great stuff ahead. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is BitGo. BitGo is one of the top crypto custodians out there in the market. They're headed up by Mike Belshi, who is a Web 1.0 and 2.0 legend, now here building in Web 3.0. BitGo is used by many big companies in the industry, such as Bitstamp Exchange, Bitcoin IRA, Pantera Capital. Nike uses BitGo's wallet services for its NFTs. Some of the services that BitGo provides include hot wallets, custodial wallets, self-managed cold wallets, and NFT wallets. If you'd like to learn more about BitGo, check out the link in the description or go to bitgo.com. Now, folks, we're starting to see the Bitcoin ETF inflows surge again. And I've been talking about this. It's going to come in waves. And I've interviewed folks on Bloomberg like Eric Balchunas, James Seifert, and so forth. And it comes in waves, right? You're going to see run-ups and then a cool down and another run-up, kind of like how the market moves. And we're getting news here that Fidelity had plus $379.3 million of inflows today. Eric Balchunas of Bloomberg said Fidelity not messing around. Big time flows all around today for the 10, nearly 1 billion in total. So he's talking about all 10 ETFs. Second best day ever since mid-March. $3.3 billion in the past 4 weeks, net year to date at $15 billion, which was the top end of our 12-month estimate. The third wave is turning into a tidal wave. Folks, it's going to eventually become a tsunami because we also got news that Thailand, they launched their Bitcoin ETFs today as well. Notice a trend here, right? United States move, then Hong Kong, then London, now Thailand. It's happening globally. Game theory playing out right before our eyes. I hope you guys are seeing what is taking place here. We've crossed the chasm. There's no more stigma. There's no more, this is a fad. This is a Ponzi. This is fake magic internet money, right? There's none of that. These people recognize this technology in the asset class, but it's what we've talked about for a long time. First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, right? We've been in the fight phase for the past couple of years. Then you win. We're transitioning from the then you fight you phase to the then you win phase. So incredible stuff here, folks. And even Grayscale's GBTC is seeing some inflows again. They had over $28.2 million inflows today. Incredible stuff. And Bitcoin, folks, on the charts is looking poised for another move up right now. At the time of recording, it's near 71,000. And Kevin Svensson, I've been sharing his parabolic curve pattern analysis, and it is following the textbook chart perfectly to a T. I got to give this man a lot of credit here. And he's setting his target at a 90,000 for the next move up. Don't get me wrong, it's going to pump. Pull back, pump, pull back until it hits that. Now, we could go higher. I'm thinking it's somewhere between 80 to 90, but it could go to 95 to 100. Who knows, right? But have your sell targets. If you hold Bitcoin, I'm personally going to start taking profits, 90K plus, dollar cost averaging out the same way I dollar cost average in. Now, you may say, Tony, why aren't you waiting for $200,000? Well, I don't know if that's going to happen, right? That's not a guarantee. On the charts using the Fibonacci model, it's possible, but it's not guaranteed. So I've learned my lesson, folks. I'm not cashing out all at 90 to 100. I'm cashing out some, and then it goes higher than 100K. I take some at 110 and 120, and we'll see how the charts and what's happening with the macro and much more, and we'll get some signals as to where this top may be. Now, the top may come until next year, but we'll have to wait and see what's happening here. Nevertheless, I will be taking some profits. And obviously, I hold Bitcoin and altcoins. So we're going to see what the alts do after Bitcoin does its run up. The liquidity will flow from Bitcoin down to the alts. And folks, we are seeing meme coins continue to go crazy. In fact, Kraken Exchange, this is wild. What a time we live in. The meme coins Biden and Trump. So Biden is supposed to be Biden and Trump is supposed to be Trump. These meme coins that were created have been both listed on Kraken Exchange. Oh my gosh. And then the meme they shared today with the two of them kind of debating is hilarious. I don't even know what to make of it. This it's funny, but it's also like super risky to invest in these things. So I'm not endorsing it. I'm just sharing with you guys what's happening. I think you all know my stance on meme coins and that it is the riskiest segment of the market. I'm not hating. If you're making money on it, you know what you're doing, then God bless. I'm not here to tell you not to do it. I'm saying it's not for me. I'm not touching any meme coins. Don't get me wrong. I have a little bit of Dogecoin, but it's more of a collectible thing. I don't have like a massive bag of Dogecoin. I'm not betting on meme coins, but I do understand the liquidity is going to them right now. And I am looking for that liquidity to flow to other altcoins like Cardano and XRP and HBAR and so forth, some of the other coins that I hold. So nevertheless, fascinating stuff here. And folks, I've got some big interviews coming up for you guys. Next week, I'll be interviewing Charles Hoskinson, founder of Cardano. So if you have questions, please send them in, email, leave them in the comment section or hit me up on Twitter. I will also be interviewing this week Hugo Filion, who is the co-founder of Flare and the CEO of Flare Labs. So you don't want to miss these interviews. And like I said, I'm interviewing the folks at Debtbox tomorrow. So I got some big interviews coming up for you guys. In fact, I'll also be interviewing Nate Garachi, president of the ETF store this week. So we're going to talk all things ETF. And I think the timing is perfect because we're seeing the inflows going nuts again. But guys, I'm working hard to bring you guys great content and interviews. If you can please support the podcast by buying a copy of my book on Amazon and leaving a review. If you bought the book already, leave a review, please. It really helps support the podcast. And it's available in paperback and digital. The digital is, of course, cheaper. I'm not trying to make a ton of money. I'm trying to actually spread the awareness because I think you all know people don't make money off selling books. There's the amount of capital I put into writing the book. I'm not even break even yet. So the point is not I'm going to sell all these books and become a multimillionaire. My crypto investment is my target for becoming a multimillionaire. Of course, the point is though, let's get the education and awareness out there, and you can do this with this book, which covers crypto's past, present, and future. So grab a copy for yourself. Grab a copy for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. Give them as a gift, and it would really help me and support me. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.